Good afternoon, class. In today's video, what I'd like to do is to continue our series of periodic table stories. And in this installment in this series, what I'd like to do is to take the themes that I've been developing. Again, we're going back to the ancient world to get for these three elements, and these three elements are going to be based on the three oldest metals that we humans have at least documented and wrote down as part of our history in terms of developing weapons, tools, and more importantly, money off of them. And those three elements are copper, silver, and gold. So you might think, based on some of the names of these, in the English names of all of these elements, that you might say, oh, okay, so copper. Copper was important, so we'll use the letter C, except that was carbon. Then maybe CO or CP, based on the rules from the first video that I outlined. But that's not the case, because copper is copper, silver, and gold are such ancient metals and so commonly known that we have to actually, to find the origin of why they have the atomic symbol that they do, we have to go back to their origins, which come back from the ancient world, like I said, and so we have to use Latin to help us figure this out. So copper comes from cuprum, which is the Latin name for the island of Cyprus. It's off the coast of Italy in the Mediterranean Sea. And that's where the atomic symbol Cu comes from. Next, we have the element called silver. Now, you might think S, Si, Sl, and all of those, again, would be good ideas for an English name, but silver back in the ancient world was known as argentum, which is the Latin name for silver. So that's what they used back then, and that's why silver is named with Ag. Now we go on to gold, and you'd think, oh, okay, well, that's definitely, there's nothing there that would have any of the letters in gold, Au, but that's because, again, we're going with our theme of Latin names, and especially metals from the ancient world. This was called aurum. It is the Latin name which means shining dawn. So a little bit more of an interesting tidbit when it comes to the naming of this element, which also tells you something about how valuable it was even back in the ancient world when they first discovered this element called gold. So that concludes this little short story time about some of these periodic elements. Next time we'll continue our trek through history as well as other languages to find the origins of some of these periodic table elements.